Hello guys, today I want to show you a budget deck profile for the Shaddoll strategy because of a lot of you guys asked for it. And yeah, I can kind of understand why you do, because like in a playset of invocation costs like $100 right now, and if you want ultimate rares, yeah, it's like $250, and also Alistair the Meltdown Invoker is like $20. A Palooza is $80+, and yeah, it's just really expensive to play Shaddoll Invoked right now. That's why I decided to find another way to play the deck. And yeah, the deck is pretty good, I think, and you can play it for everything together for like $120. Yeah. Okay, we are playing 3 Shaddoll. Shaddoll Wendy, it's the main engine of your deck. She special summons your Shaddolls in face down defense position from the deck. To get more often to the Reshaddoll Wendy, we are playing 3 Squamata. This one is the most generic one. It can lay every Shaddoll that you want into the grave, and yeah, so this one will always give you what you need. So we are playing 3 of it. And also to Hedgehog, yeah, this one searches you, and also when you brick, which yeah happens often with this deck, and but also with the Shaddoll invoked version of the deck, you can just set him and try to survive around and then get to your Shaddoll fusion. Um, then this version of the deck, I decided to play 2 Beasts, because this one is pretty great if you special summon it out with Wendy in your opponent's turn, so you have a better grind game and stuff like that. And yeah, if you hard draw it, it's also alright. You can just stitch it and also draw a card. Then for the one-off Shaddolls, I'm playing 1 Falco, 1 Dragon, and 1 Ariel. Falco is pretty good for your grind game, and Dragon is for shooting spell traps, and also Ariel gives you a really strong first turn combo. Alright, now for your supporting engine, it's the 3 Gale Dogra. This card is pretty great, yeah. Obviously, Alistair is a bit better, and this also can't be searched by a field spell, but this one is also pretty great, and it does a bit different things. It costs you 3,000 life points to lay onto the grave monster from your extra deck, and you will lay to the grave El Shaddoll Epcalone, and this one will send you any Shaddoll card. This will give you any Shaddoll card to your hand that you like. So you can search your Shaddoll fusion if you have only Shaddoll monsters in your hand, and if you only have the fusions, you can also search for a monster. So I think if it resolves, this one is also a bit better than Alistair, because it can give you your engine cards and not only invocation. So I think Gale Drogra is a pretty good addition to the deck. Yeah, it's only those 3. You can't search it, and it also costs 3,000 life points. But yeah, you can't have everything, right? Then for the other supporting engine, it's your light engine. It's 3 damage juggler, and also 2 trick clown, and 1 head tricker. You have to play these cards. They're just too good to not play it. They can give you the rank to a rank 4 engine, so yeah, you have to play them. Now for the spell cards, you're maxing out on the Shaddoll fusions, 3 of the Shaddoll fusion and 3 of the El Shaddoll fusion, and also you have to play another supported engine, because those fusions aren't enough to see them all the time. So I tried out the Nev Shaddoll fusion, but I thought this card really does suck, because you always have to have a Shaddoll normal summon to use it. So if you normal summon Gale Dogra or something different, this one will be dead. So yeah, I really don't like the Nev Shaddoll fusion, not even at once. So screw this card. I decided to play Fusion Recycling Plant. This one is a really good grind game card, and also 1 poly. This one let you discard 1 card from your hand to search the polymerization directly from your deck. And also it will give you in the end phase, not only your end phase, but also your opponent's end phase, fusion material back from your grave to your hand. So this one is really good. You can just use all your Shaddolls, and then in the end phase you will get them back, and then you will set the El Shaddol fusion, and yeah, in the end phase you will get your fusion monster back, and then in your opponent's turn you can fusion summon again using the added back monster, and then in the end phase add it back again. So this one gives you a really good grind game. So I like to play this card. We're also playing 3 Super Poly. This one is a really great card this format because if you're playing the mirror match, this one is obviously the best card you can have. You can just fusion some their Shaddoll cards into your fusion. So, but also the Shaddoll monsters at their self are really good. The opponent has a spiral board. You just set one Shaddoll card, then use Super Poly to fuse their Spiral Sleeper and also your Shaddoll monster into a construct. So this card is really great, and sometimes it also helps you if you see no fusion card. You can maybe set one card and also set the Super Poly and set the Shaddoll monster, then it's your opponent's turn, and then again you can disrupt and fuse into a window. So I would totally play this at 3. Other cards for a bit more consistency are, in this case, Upstart Goblin, Card Destruction, and also Foolish. Foolish is clear, I guess, and also Upstart. But Card Destruction is a bit weird because sometimes you enable your opponent, but it just feels great if you discard, like, I don't know, 3 Shadow monsters and also draw 4 new cards, and then all the Shadow monsters trigger. So card destruction sometimes is really fucking OP in this deck, so I would definitely play it. And for the traps, one Shaddoll Core and also 2 Reshaddoll Incarnation. Shaddoll Core is pretty great because you can add it back with one of your constructs and then set it and have a monster for the next turn, or also use it to add back another Shaddoll spell trap from your graveyard. So I like to play Core. Now for the extra deck. In this version I'm playing 3 Construct, also the new artwork, and 2 Winda, 2 Epcalone, and also 1 Grista as a Super Poly target. The 3 Construct is is clear, I guess. You cycle through them really fast. You could also play a 3rd Winda, but I think this one 2 is enough because you're not playing something like Instant Fusion, and you also have to play 2 Epcalone because you will always discard the one with the Gale Dogra. And Grista is, yeah, only for Salamangreat as a Super Poly target, and also for Infernoid this is pretty okay. For the Link monsters, 1 Gravity Controller. This one is pretty great to out stuff like Ephramox, or just get your extra deck zone free to have another summon and also add back your fusion. Then the only expensive card in this deck, I think you have to play it. You could also don't play it, but this one is just too good to not play it together with Secure Guard, because you can link your Gale Dogra into Almirage and then link the Almirage into Secure Guard and then fuse with Secure Guard and also a Shaddoll monster in your hand. So I think you have to play the Almirage, you have to play the $20 to get, or I don't know, to get Almirage, so yeah, you have to play it. Then also a card you really have to play is Cross Sheep. Yeah, it's 10 euros or $10, I don't know how much in USA. Yeah, but you have to play Cross Sheep, it just enables your deck. And yeah, since this is a budget deck, we're not playing Appaloosa, instead we are playing Burst Sword. And yeah, you're not playing Invoked, so you can't really play the Kaliga, so you have to play Borload Dragon to have an out against Sleeper, because otherwise you would have no out in your deck other than Super Poly against Sleeper, but you won't always have the Super Poly, so you have to play the Borload Dragon to have at least any out. And also the last card is an Abyss Dweller. It's just too easy to make in this deck, so you have to play it. You can just slap on the board in the first turn, and it's an instant win against a lot of the decks. Okay, now for the side deck. I decided to play 3 Drone Lockbird. This card is so great against a lot of matchups, and it also stops like Spiral, Heroes, yeah. So you have to play it. It's good going first and also going second. Then a card you can really play in this deck is Sphere Mode, because you don't really have to use your normal summon. If you see no Gale Dogger, there's no real point in using your normal summon. And if you break the Spiral board with the Sphere Mode, they won't have a lot left. So it's okay if you maybe pass one turn. And also this deck can also make Winder without using its normal summon. So I think you can play Sphere Mode in this deck. And also another card against Spiral and combo decks is Dark Ruler No More. This card, and also this helps against the mirror match. So yeah, I would play it. I think Dark Ruler No More is the best card against the Shaddoll Invoke deck because it just outs everything but Abyss Dweller. Abyss Dweller will still hit you. But yeah, I think you should play Dark Ruler No More. And you also have a pretty big problem against back row decks like Altergeist, so we're playing 3 Twin Twister. And now, yeah, there's not a really budget alternative for Lightning Storm. This is a budget deck profile, so I don't think you will play Lightning Storm, but if you can afford Lightning Storm, you should play it. If you can't, you can also play Evenly. But I think Evenly is also not that cheap right now because it also, I don't know, 20 euros here in Europe and also I guess then $20 in the USA. So I don't think Evenly Matched is a real budget alternative for Lightning Storm. Yeah, it's way more cheaper, but it's still expensive. So I figured out another card that you can play instead, and that's Denko Sekka. Yeah, they played a lot of Denko Sekka in the early days of Shaddoll. 2014 was that, I think. It was like Sekka dolls. So yeah, why not play it in here? It's the same thing as with the Sphere Mode. This deck can play without its normal summon because it's not using the Alistair. So yeah, if you won't have money for the Evenly and also for the Lightning Storm, just play Denko Sekka. This will also work. Before I show you the combos that this deck can do, I'd like to talk a bit about the budget side of this deck and how much does it cost to play this deck. Those are all card market prices from the 23rd of February 2020. And yeah, for the main deck, you have to pay like 16 euros and 70 cents approximately. And yeah, the most of that is for the Gale Dogra. They got a bit up in price because of Shaddoll hype. And yeah, the rest is like pretty cheap. Damage Juggler costs a bit, and also Head Tricker. And yeah, the Upstart Goblin costs like 4 euros. But maybe you also already have stuff like Upstart Goblin. For the extra deck is way more expensive than the rest of the main deck. It costs like approximately like 41 euros and 50 cents. Yeah, always depends on the prices of card market. Yeah, you really have to buy the cross sheet for the 10 euros. You really need for this version the Onrush. You will also see that in the combo later. For 22 euros, yeah, it's expensive, but you need it. Boros Sword you should already have because it's a staple, but it also costs like 8 euros. And the rest is like really cheap, like Warlord Dragon only 1 euro. It had like a print and a structure deck. Also the side deck is pretty expensive in comparison to the main deck for like 35 euros 50 cents approximately. Yeah, the 3 Drone Lockbird got like really expensive. They're from the structure deck Spellcaster's Command, but they're really expensive because they're really good right now. But yeah, you should already have them. Also, the Sphere mode got up in price, and yeah, Dark Rule No More has like the normal price since it got released. It's 3 to 4 euros. Yeah, and also Denko Sekka is pretty cheap right now because it got printed in the dual something. I can't remember. There's so many dual stuff in Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, and in total, you will have, together with the structure decks, where you can buy them on card market without shipping for like 23 euros. And yeah, those are all the raw card prices. You have to um, add the shipping, or maybe if you can get them from your friends, you don't have to add the shipping. And yeah, everything together, it's like 116 euros and 70 cents. Yeah, around that. It won't be way more expensive or less expensive. So yeah, that's what you have to spend for the deck to work. Okay, also on top of the deck profile, I'd like to show you two quick little combos. The first one is also only a 2-card combo with Gale Dogra and Squamata. Alright, you start by normal summoning the Gale Dogra and ditch to the grave the Epcalone. Then the Epcalone will trigger and search directly from your deck the El Shaddoll Fusion, and then discard the Squamata. This will also cost you 3000 life points, you have to keep that in mind. Then Squamata will trigger and you will send the Hedgehog, and then Hedgehog will search you the Wendy. Then link summon the Dogra away into an Almirage, that's why you need the Almirage, and then link the Almirage away into the Secure Guard, which is light. Then use the El Shaddoll Fusion and also the Wendy to special summon the Construct. Then Wendy and also Construct will both trigger. Wendy will special summon you Squamata, and Construct will lay into your grave the Core. And Core, when it's get laid into the grave, will add you back Shaddoll Spell Trap, in this case El Shaddoll Fusion. Now you will have 3 more cards into your hand, and if you have any extender, you can just link away the Construct with the extender into a cross sheet, but I will show you what this combo can do with only 2 cards. So link away the Construct into a Gravity Controller, then Construct will trigger and give you back the Shaddoll Core, because it's also a Shaddoll Spell Trap. So now you will set the Core and also the El Shaddoll Fusion, both. Then it's your opponent's turn. In the standby phase, you can flip the Core and have another Shaddoll monster on the field. And then if they attempt to summon anything, you can use the El Shaddoll Fusion. Fusion summon away the Squamata and also the Core for your Winder. Then the Squamata and the Core will trigger. You can chain block the Ash Blossom with the Core. So add back the El Shaddoll Fusion with the Core, and then send with the Squamata a Wendy, and then Wendy can also special summon you Hedgehog or Beast, whatever you like in this situation, into the face down defense position, and you will also have the El Shaddoll Fusion back in your hand. And yeah, they will be blocked by the Winder, and also Gravity Controller is a pretty hard to get away card, and also the Beast will have follow-up for the next turn for you. And also the Winder, if it dies, the Grave effect won't be dead, because you will also have a Shaddoll Spell Trap with Core in your hand. So even if the Winder dies, you will have stuff to follow up in the next turn, and keep in mind you will also have 3 more cards in your hand. Alright, now for the other combo. This will be a 3-card combo with Gale Dogra, Damage Juggler, and also Squamata. You start by normal summoning the Dogra and ditching the Epcalone to the grave, and then searching for your El Shaddoll Fusion and discarding the Damage Juggler this time, and then using the Damage Juggler, banish it to search for the Trick Clown. Then you will use the El Shaddoll Fusion, fuse the Squamata and also the Trick Clown, into the Construct. You would have guessed it. Then the Trick Clown, the Squamata, and also the Construct will trigger. Special summon back the Trick Clown. Now you will have paid half of your life points. You will only have 4000 left, so keep that in mind. That's really important. And you will send with Construct and also Squamata the Wendy and the Incarnation. Then Wendy will trigger and will special summon you the Ariel in face down defense position. Then link away Construct and also Dogra for the cross sheep, and then Construct will trigger and give you back the El Shaddoll Fusion to your hand. Then use the Shaddoll incarnation and banish it together with the construct to flip the Ariel, and then special summon back the construct. Then the construct and also the cross sheep will both trigger. Cross sheep as Changing 2. You will special summon back the Squamata. It has no place here. And then construct will lay into the grave. And you will lay another copy of Shaddoll incarnation. Then you will go into your XYZ with Ariel and Trickclown for the Abyss Dweller. And then at this point, normally you will link into the Appaloosa for 3, but this is a budget deck profile, so we are linking into Borsod Dragon. Borsod is also pretty good. It can protect your Winter from battle because it can switch the monsters into defense. Yeah, F3 negate Appaloosa is better than the Borsod, but if you can't afford Appaloosa, I would go into the Borsod right here. And then the construct will trigger and will give you the Shaddoll incarnation. Now it's your opponent's turn, but first you set reincarnation and also the fusion. Then it's your opponent's turn, you can use the Dweller. Now you can decide if you want to use the Trickclown again, if you detach it or use it later, because you will only have 3000 life points left, so let's not do it right here because you don't have to. But you will use the Shaddoll incarnation and reborn the construct. Then construct will trigger and lay into the grave Hedgehog. Hedgehog will give you the Squamata to your hand. And then also if your opponent attempts to summon anything, use El Shaddoll Fusion and fusion summon construct and also Squamata into your Winter. And then construct and Squamata will both trigger. Construct will give you back the fusion and Squamata will lay into the grave the Wendy. And with Wendy you can special summon something like the Beast or stuff like that. So there are plenty of options. Yeah, now you have a pretty strong board. Also, if the Winter gets outed, you can add back the Shaddoll incarnation for further plays in the next turn to reborn. So that's why I like to also play the 2 reincarnation, because it's just really great to revive your construct, I guess. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching and stay tuned for more videos, I guess.